pushed each other further and further apart.
The way that we're communicating with each other and the way that we're acting towards each other or showing each other is just really toxic.
I think during that time it kind of started, at least for me, to feel like a business arrangement as opposed to a real marriage.
I started to get help through my health insurance and whatnot.
And there's no support for us as a couple.
And there was zero support as a couple.
We had hope that we could resolve those issues, or at least figure out how to address them and communicate better.
They want to feel different about their relationship. They want to feel like they have tools so that as things come up in life, that we have, number one, a place where we can come talk about it, where somebody's going to help us navigate it, where we're also going to be able to use these tools when other things come up in our life, so we remember that we had a similar situation and we had something that was successful, that we can turn to it and return to it over and over and over again.
I wanted him to have treatment on his own, and I figured I probably would need treatment on my own, but we needed someone to talk to as a couple.
We tried with a different counselor a lot of empathy tools, but for us, they didn't really work because we're so analytical that when the other person was almost placating, so when Scott would placate my feelings, it just didn't feel as genuine. And it didn't seem to address the actual issue.
It's important to choose a therapist who only focuses on the Gottman method because they're experts at what they do. In my humble opinion, the Gottman method, of all of the methods that out there, is really what's resonating most with my clients. 40 years ago, John and Julie Gottman set out to kind of investigate what makes a relationship work. So they took these techniques that couples were doing and they turned them into a therapy. And not only did they turn them into a therapy, but they put them through evidence-based research and trials. For these last 40 years, we're still doing that. And what we found out is couples who use these techniques report their relationship is improved by 86%. And so actually having tools where a couples therapist can be like, hey, here's something I want you to try. It's actually been through clinical research. That provides so much comfort for clients.
Basically, this place gives you the tools that you need. That, we're human. We aren't born knowing how to navigate these relationships.
Here's a concrete tool and structure around how to do that, with also this element of flexibility that allows me to take my knowledge that I learned from the Gottmans and bring it into the room, even if it turns out to be more of like a talk therapy session. And so I love the flexibility and the ability for clients to be able to implement them in their day-to-day lives, and they don't have to have a master's degree to do these things. They just get to be normal humans who go, oh, I hadn't thought about that before because nobody taught me how to do this. So it's very much easy and accessible to anyone who walks through this door.
That's when I started to realize, like, this is really working. And I already liked the tools that we were learning compared to the last therapist, just because I was able to feel heard, which was not something that I felt previously.
You need a therapy that creates a new language for you, because you're not speaking to each other in the same language at that point. And so by using something that addresses, hey, we've got some behavior changes that we need to do, I need somebody that's actually going to say, hey, this is what we need to start doing differently. This is the behavior that we need to do in order to get this can kicked down the road so that we can make some changes in our relationship. And the Gottman method provides that.
When we get frustrated, even if the other person isn't necessarily using a tool when he should or I should, that the other person then responds well, which I think is a sign that it's working, and just it's a reminder that we have a lot to work on still, but we have tools to be able to keep moving forward.
Being a couples therapist is a niche. Being a Gottman method therapist within the couples world is another niche. We're unique in San Diego. There's no other practice that specializes in the Gottman method. That's a group practice. And there's very few that specialize in couples therapy. So we have people from all over the state that want to work with us. People travel from other parts of the country to come do intensive weekends with us. So we are the best of the best. We are the best, and I only hire the brightest and most capable clinicians to be part of my team. However, couples are still kind of like, oh, if we're going to couples therapy, I think that means we're broken or something's wrong. We are not doing a great job at understanding I'm not broken if I need couples therapy, we just need some new tools. And so couples are avoiding coming because they're afraid, what is everybody going to think about their relationship if they're in couples therapy? What if we spend all this money and nothing gets fixed?
And even if you come from the most perfect family with all the healthiest people around, you probably still need some assistance. And there's no shame in that. This place gives you those tools to be able to work in session and out at home so you can just navigate your life a little bit better and feel better about all of it.